Autumn on 2. The new season on 2.
Well, over on BBC1 now, Maggie Philbin and Sarah Green embark on the ward rounds at Hammersmith in their Hospital Watch. This is BBC2. Now we open the doors on the ever-increasing stresses and strains for the London commuter with Nigel Farrell on a long day's journey.
Welcome to Waterloo, Britain's busiest station, where every single weekday 129,546 commuters at the last count arrive and leave. Over the last 3 years alone, the amount of commuter traffic on just one of the lines using this station, the Bournemouth-Winchester-Basingstoke, has increased by 50%. And of course, this is just one of 14 termini funneling the daily tidal flow in and out. It may all seem incredible to me and you, but to the thousands who do it all the time, it's just another long day's journey. We've been commuting in large numbers since the early part of the century, and ever since then, trains have been just as late and overcrowded as they are now. But what nobody has considered seriously before is the toll commuting takes on our lives as a whole. You know how tiring it can be just coming up to town to do a single day's shopping. In fact, most of us can find it absolutely exhausting. So what on earth does making this journey every day of your working life do to your health? To find out, we went to a house on the outskirts of Basingstoke to do a little scientific research. The guinea pig? Laurie Golding, personnel officer at a London bank, who's been commuting for 18 months. With the help of June Aitken from the Stress Research Unit at Bart's Hospital, we wired up the poor fellow.
Okay, so what is that telling us?
It's telling us that your blood pressure at the moment is 136/87.
Is that normal?
Well, I think in these circumstances, yes.
Okay.
You'd never know it to look at him, but with wires attached to almost every part of his body, Laurie is now a walking laboratory. And we'll be monitoring his blood pressure and heart rate throughout the day. The first part of the ordeal, the train journey to Waterloo, lasts about an hour. One consolation about living so far down the line is that Laurie normally gets a seat. Oddly enough, one thing he's doing right is actually travelling on the train in the first place.
I can see some very different scenarios here. The person who is travelling relatively short distance to work by train, comes out of the house, not too far to get to the station, train's regular, comfortable, not crowded, out of the train at the other end into work, then that may not have very much negative effect at all. In fact, one could probably argue that it's time for the person to reflect and plan and has a benefit. On the other hand, if you are having to drive fairly long distances over congested motorways in the rush hour to and from work, winter conditions, then one could see that that might well have a very difficult effect.
Even so, there'll always be physical strains, even when travelling by train. Any train.
Getting to the station, fighting, literally fighting your way down undergrounds, being stuck in corridors, the unpleasantness of all that, that is in itself a physical effort, so that's a load. The ambiguity we've touched upon already, is the train going to be there? Is it going to